FIFA World Cup is one of the biggest sports tournaments in the world, the last World Cup in Qatar in 2022. FIFA has said that around 5 billion people have seen it on TV and digital platforms. Imagine that more than half of the people living on Earth have seen this one sporting event. In 2026, we're also seeing record-breaking audience numbers on FIFA World Cup matches. But have you ever thought about how the business model that is based on FIFA works? How does FIFA as an agency earn money? And why do different countries in the world want to host the World Cup in their own country?
Qatar! Deadly Middle East construction project.
Qatar and celebrities are coming under fire on LGBTQ+ rights.
Its public display of affection is taken into consideration of Qatar being a conservative country.
FIFA announced this morning that beer will be banned.
If for 3 hours a day you cannot drink a beer, you will survive.
FIFA was being run as a criminal enterprise.
Greed and politicking, and
FIFA is under fire.
FIFA, International Federation of Association Football. It was established in 1904 by Robert Guérin. He was the man who brought the representatives of 7 different member states together. They sat in Paris and signed the FIFA Foundation Act. After the establishment of FIFA, he became the first president of FIFA. If we fast forward 119 years, 201 teams are affiliated with FIFA. The interesting thing is that all of these are not separate countries. Some of these teams are also of different territories of some nations, like Macau and the US Virgin Islands. They have a team in FIFA, but they are not separate countries. All of these teams are divided into broader confederations. There are 6 confederations. Every continent has one confederation of FIFA. Now, you might be surprised to hear one thing. Even though FIFA earns billions of dollars, FIFA is an NGO. You heard it right, a non-governmental organization. The purpose behind making this is to promote football all over the world. But like other NGOs are often involved in social work, similarly, FIFA also has its own social development programs, like Education for All, Save the Planet, Protect Children. Its purpose was to mobilize the positive power of football to improve people's lives. So, in a sense, FIFA works like other NGOs in social work. But the next question arises is, who is at the top of this organization? So, the main decision-making body of FIFA is the FIFA Council. 37 different members sit in this FIFA Council. They have one president, who is elected by the FIFA Congress, 8 vice presidents, and 28 other members. Financially, FIFA operates on a 4-year cycle. Its cycles revolve around the World Cup. The cycle of 2019-2022, in these 4 years, FIFA earned a revenue of $7.5 billion. And in the next cycle, its revenue can touch up to $11 billion. In these 4 years, FIFA's earnings are almost doubling. What are the reasons behind this? There are 2 reasons. The first is their new financial strategy regarding women's soccer. Already has a separate sponsor deal signed for it. Because the Women's World Cup is becoming more popular, a new revenue stream has come to FIFA. We'll see the calculations of the cycle from 2019 to 2022. In the last cycle, the revenue generated was $7.5 billion. Out of that, $3.4 billion was only from TV rights. World Cups are shown in more than 140 countries, and every country has its own TV channel on which you can watch football matches. These TV channels give money to FIFA. That matches from FIFA will be shown on our TV channel. Then comes our second tool, marketing rights. In the last World Cup cycle, FIFA earned around $1.7 billion from here. Come the FIFA partner companies, like Adidas, Coca-Cola, Wanda Group, Hyundai, KIA, Qatar Airways, Qatar Energy, Visa. Then come the specific World Cup sponsors, who have only paid to show their ads during the World Cup. Then come Qatar Airways, Vivo, Wanda, Crypto.com, and Bijus. All these companies gave money to FIFA to show the ads. If you add up the first 2 ways, broadcasting rights and marketing rights, then 75% of revenue came from these things. Third, then, are the ticketing rights. The tickets sold in stadiums are the money that is earned from the match. In the last cycle, FIFA earned $929 million from ticket sales and hospitality rights. The fourth means is the licensing rights of the brand of FIFA. For example, if there is a video game, the logo of FIFA can be attached to it. If FIFA has to pay for it, some money comes from there as well. In the last cycle, 769 million USD came from here. The fifth and final means are the remaining small revenue sources, like FIFA Club World Cup, penalties and appeals which were done during the games, rent out of real estate, FIFA World Football Museum. They have to sell film and video rights to earn money. The biggest income source out of all these small sources was the annual FIFA Club World Cup 2022. It's $209 million. Now let's talk about expenses. Where does FIFA actually have to spend money? This might sound shocking, but actually, FIFA hardly has to spend money. They have almost no expenses. The cost of organizing matches are from the host of the country. So the country in which the World Cup is being held, the government of that country pays to organize the matches. If we talk about taxes, then FIFA doesn't have to pay any tax. Only the cost of prize money is left here, the prize that is given to the team that wins the FIFA World Cup. This is the only major component of the cost that FIFA has to pay. For this 2022 World Cup, the total prize is $440 million. The team that wins will get $42 million. The second team will get $30 million. And the rest of the teams have different distributions in decreasing orders, from $27 million to $9 million. Apart from this, then it has been reported by many mainstream media reports, like Forbes and Bloomberg, that Qatar spent $200 billion to organize the World Cup. But this $200 billion number is a bit misleading, because the fact that Qatar government hosted this World Cup is seen as a part of Qatar National Vision 2030. For this World Cup, Qatar has created a modern metro system, which will obviously be used later on for the people living there. They expanded their airport, built new hotels, built new districts in their capital city Doha. But despite this, the cost of getting Qatar to host the World Cup is also in billions of dollars. This has been quite controversial. It is alleged that corruption has also taken place here. The president of FIFA, Sepp Blatter, had said that it was a good thing that FIFA World Cup would be hosted in new countries.
The winner to organize the 2022 FIFA World Cup is Qatar.
But the same man is saying that it was a mistake to let them host the World Cup. Why is this being said? There are many reasons behind this, many controversies that have happened with Qatar. First, migrant exploitation. Many workers from Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka and Nepal are being alleged. Respondents said that FIFA should keep $440 million aside to compensate migrant workers for human rights abuses. The second controversy arose regarding LGBT rights, which is not legal in Qatar.
So what I would suggest is public display of affection is taken into consideration of Qatar being a conservative country. And I'm not saying public display of affection for any gender or any sexual orientation. I'm talking for everybody.
And in fact, the famous rainbow flags of LGBT were banned to show them. Then there was a controversy regarding alcohol. Budweiser is an alcohol brand that made a deal of $75 million with FIFA so that the alcohol of this brand could be sold in stadiums. But 2 days before the tournament started, they were told that there would be no alcohol sales during any match.
If for 3 hours a day you cannot drink a beer, you will survive.
Finally, the most controversial matter in this whole issue was how Qatar was given hosting rights to host the World Cup. From then till today, when this decision was taken in 2010, more than half of the members of FIFA's executive committee have been implicated or investigated for alleged corruption and other bad practices. By the way, do you know that FIFA actually asks for 7 different guarantees and declarations from the government in which the World Cup is being hosted? So there are so many requirements for a country by FIFA that if your country wants to host the World Cup, then all these conditions have to be met. We won't give you any tax, and the controversies that are happening will happen with you. After hearing all this, you'll think what a country is getting by hosting the World Cup. Why would a country want to host the World Cup in its own country when it has to take up so much of its expenses? The biggest benefit behind this is that a country's soft power increases. That our country has hosted such a big event, which means that our country is quite stable and financially secure. That's why foreign investments can come from other places in our country. But in the case of Qatar, because there have been so many controversies, critics believe that foreign investments won't come there that much, and that these benefits won't work that much. The second benefit is that the stadiums that have been built, the general public that will live in that country can benefit from it. Sports will get a boost in that country. But does this actually happen? In many countries, it is seen as the opposite. The stadiums that have been built after the World Cup ended are useless. When the FIFA World Cup in Brazil took place in 2014, they had spent $3 billion. But after a year, they found out that the Managarnica Stadium is actually being used as a bus parking lot. Apart from this, another benefit is that GDP will boost. There's a World Cup going on in our country. People from all over the world will come to watch the match in the stadiums. They will bring money with them. Our tourism will increase. And this is actually a benefit that has no doubt. And $17 billion will benefit the economy of Qatar. So it is not necessary that if a country is hosting the World Cup, it will only be a loss. Because Qatar is a country with the highest GDP per capita in the world, then despite so many controversies, Qatar may see a positive impact of this World Cup. What do you think about this? Write in the comments below and let me know. See you in the next video. Thank you very much.